Good afternoon to all. Do you hear me? Yes, I hear myself out loud. So welcome for this Brain Economy and Brain Positive City workshop. So I would like to welcome you, everybody who is joining us here in Barcelona. It's quite warm. And then also welcome all the participants online. So thank you for being here. So I just a few comments on the organization of this workshop. So practically, this is organized by the Euro-Mediterranean Economists Association in collaboration with the Global Brain Economy Initiative. We have Harris with us online, the Brain Capital Alliance. Also, we have Pavel with us online. We Mind Cluster, thank you, Marta, for being with us today here in presence. And then Università del Studio del Annuncio de Civelli Pescara. Pierluigi, he is connected online. And then the Research Institute for Sweden, RISE. Thank you, Marco, for being with us and co-organizing this event. Also the Consejo Español de Cerebro, que is Spanish Brain Council, represented by Mara Dirsen, she is connected online, and then Neurocentry, also represented by Pavel. So thank you all for the co-organizers to be part of this event. And I also would like to mention that this is part of the World Economic Forum platform that we have developed, and we are working with Harris and colleagues to develop the Brain Positive Cities initiative. So this is really a preparatory work in which all of your institutions will be participating, and you will hear from us on the report later on, and also a declaration that we will present with our collaborators and in collaboration with all of you. So before I go to my own introduction, today's agenda, as you could see, it's quite dense. This will allow us also to have brainstorming. So it's organized in 3 sessions, and then one keynote speaker, who is my dear friend Kaisa Hartikainen. I will present you now Kaisa. She's collaborating with us since some time now, and she's a professor of neurology at the University Helsinki and chief doctor neurology department at Pejat Ham Wellbeing Services country. So she's really quite integrated in this topic, and together we are working on some research on brain economy and how also to measure brain capital at individual level. So thank you very much, Kaisa, to be with us. And she's here in Barcelona, so you will need to get along with this heat, which is, we have what we call ola de calor. So we'll see how we're going to survive this week. So we have one session, which is led by Dr. Harris Ayer. He's Executive Director of Global Brain Economy Initiative. So he's joining, as I mentioned, online. The second session by Marco Luciano, Senior Vice President of the Built Environment Research Institute of Sweden, the RISE. And then the third session is shared by Pierluigi Sacco. He's professor at the University of Chiesti Pescara. And then a Q&A session and a discussion. She is an interactive discussion led by my colleague, Director of Euro-Mediterranean Economists Association, Yara Saab. And then we have also an intervention by Laia Anal Arasa, who is the director of the Catalan Mental Health Act of Generalitat of Catalonia. So this is our program today. I went through it, and I will go quickly to explain a little bit what we aim to do. So in fact, brain capital, some of you know, some of you don't know. It's practically the combination of brain health and brain skills. It's still frozen. Ahora. And this is really the cognitive, emotional, and social capability that enable people to innovate, to adapt, to contribute to the society. It is increasingly becoming a most important asset. So it's recognized as an asset of modern economies. And this is what we're trying really to mainstream in our working and also in our cities. So we need to really work together to collect data for us to be able to measure brain capital at the city level. So we have done a lot of work already over this over the years. Here you see the structure of the brain capital index. We have a dashboard which is freely accessible, and it covers all countries of the world. And with this allows us really to map all the data on the three pillars that you can see here: brain capital enablers, brain health index, and brain skills index. So these are measurements that we have developed that will allow us, in fact, or has allowed us to form the Brain Capital Index, which really provides a comprehensive picture of a country and also a city. We have been able, with two projects, one with the United States, and we have David Go with us today, so he can talk about the level of cities, data on cities for Brain Capital, and also for Canada. So hopefully also we can do the same for Spain, since the data at country level is disaggregated. So, and this is also very interesting for us to allow us to build a knowledge on what I call brain capital. So I will move into what I call why cities matter. Cities really matter because, in fact, brain capital can become an urban policy priority. And this means that we need to not only take into consideration the environmental factor, the nature capital, but also we can take the brain capital within the prosperity thinking that we would like to in fact advance and develop. So in fact, we are facing overall in our economies declining productivity, population aging, rising mental health challenges, and also rapid artificial intelligence transformation and housing pressures and climate change issues, which also lead to some social and socioeconomic fragmentation. So these are all concentrated in a territory, and these are concentrated in cities, and we need to have thinking within cities. So in fact, if we go further into the construction, in fact, cities, it's where brain capital develops within the infrastructure, within the road, the housing, the cultural life, the artistic life, and also within the overall health of the city. So, for example, basic water quality, pollution, all of these elements that are very essential in our thinking of the cities. So obviously, I don't want to go through all the slides today because that's not the idea. So, but this is all data that you have them freely available. But what is important for me is this: what is the role of cities really in our construction? So we integrated many factors in the enabling environment, which it's really the infrastructure of the city. So for example, the level of pollution, for example, the air quality, and also some other things that we can collect. But we need to do much more in this. And within this workshop, we would like to know what other indicators that will allow us really to assess, how cities can bring us, a brain positive infrastructure. And this could be also added within our construction of the brain capital. So this is just a snapshot, just to show you that we have taken into consideration some of the details within our dashboard and also within the index, but we need more on the level of cities. And this is why the Brain Capital Index becomes so important, because something that we previously did not measure, now we can measure, and we can even act upon from a policy perspective. So I think this is practically what I wanted to talk in my introduction. And thank you very much for being here. The study, which is a global study on the Brain Capital Index, is freely accessible, so you can all consult it. But this is a living product. We are working on many other indexes with countries, for example, connecting to cities, connecting to specific countries. And this workshop really fits into our effort to be able to measure brain capital within the cities, and it becomes an agenda for urban policies globally. So thank you very much. And I would like to invite Kaisa to give the keynote. Thank you for being with us again, Kaisa. The floor.